The AEM Hall of Fame is a collection of leaders and innovators in the off-road equipment manufacturing industry. Every one of the 65 members have made major contributions to our industry and the world. However, while most of our industry is focused on the ground beneath us, some have focused on what's above. Hall of Fame inductee Art Moore, founder of Snorkel Lifts, spent a lot of time in the sky before deciding he wanted to manufacture equipment, and everything started when he met his future business partner in elementary school.
Art and Ray met the first day of third grade in St. Joe, Missouri. They fought on the playground, no winner, so they became friends.
Ray was Ray Pittman, future founder of Pittman Manufacturing near Kansas City, Missouri, where Art Moore would catch the manufacturing bug.
They continued their friendship through high school. Then they both went off to the war. And Ray was a CB on Okinawa, and they wrote each other letters during the war. See, they didn't have the wonderful technology that we have today. And he wrote him a letter from Okinawa saying, "Buddy, don't come here, it's awful." Well, Art was on the other side of Okinawa at the time in a Navy seaplane.
It was that experience in the air that would inspire Moore for the rest of his life, both in his professional life as well as his personal life. His next stroke of inspiration came in the late 1950s on a trip to Chicago.
When Chief Pendergast made a tree trimming truck with a hose, and Art was in Chicago, and he went with them on several fires. So he went on a number of fires, and he saw the life-saving capabilities.
Moore would take that inspiration to split from his childhood friend in 1959 to start his own company in St. Joseph, Missouri, Snorkel Fire Equipment Company. Building the Hydrolift, Snorkel Fire Equipment would become so ingrained in the firefighting world, its name would become universal like Xerox or Kleenex. If you had a high-rise fire, you called for the Snorkel. In the 1970s, after Moore sold Snorkel to Figge International, Chairman Harry Figge approached Moore with another idea. Take what he had learned from lifting firemen into the sky and apply it to lifting everything into the sky.
What they did is they brought in 7 different booms. They went through everything, what they liked, what they didn't like about each and every one of them. They tested, and they were going to make the best possible machine.
The extruded aluminum boom Moore developed for the Snorkel Telesquirt fire equipment line became the basis of the first Snorkel access lift, the TB42.
They also were interested in safety. I think that's the number one priority of any organization that's building equipment is safety. Oh, he painted the boom white, and the reason for that was he wanted it seen. Because if you see a green boom out there in the trees, you're not going to be able to see it.
Snorkel would come to dominate aerial work platforms, at one point commanding as much as 70% of the market. Moore stepped away from the business, leaving it in the hands of Don Ahern in 2013.
Don Ahern purchased Snorkel in 2013, and he brought his engineer and several other people. I think there were 6 guys that came to visit us here at the lake, and before he bought Snorkel, and so he could talk it over with Art and get his opinions and things, what was really happening.
Even after stepping away from the day-to-day operations of Snorkel Lifts, Art Moore kept one eye to the sky. He maintained his pilot's license throughout his adult life and even took an opportunity to have more personal encounters with the heavens. Today, Snorkel continues to operate from its original home near St. Joseph, Missouri, with additional factories in China, the UK, and New Zealand, and a distribution network spanning 5 continents. Who else should the AEM Hall of Fame recognize? Nominations are currently being accepted for the 2021 induction at AEM.org. We need you to tell us who the best, brightest, and most influential minds in the history of the off-road equipment industry are.